Are From Software games disrespectful? According to this gaming journalist from Vulture.com, they are. He got so butthurt over Sekiro that he decided to write one of the most unhinged gaming journalists article I have ever read. So we'll read the article together and then I'll give you my thoughts on this maidenless behavior.
For most people, there's a simple solution when they're confronted with a video game they don't enjoy playing: they stop. That's less of an option for me, being that I make my living writing about games. It becomes even trickier when the maker of the game I dislike, and its entire gameplay philosophy, grow widely admired over the course of a decade, gaining a legion of fans and influencing a whole subgenre of games that follow. This is the story of From Software, a developer that spent 13 years turning its niche brutal action RPG Demon's Souls into Dark Souls, Bloodborne, and, most recently, the massively popular open-world action RPG epic Elden Ring. While many players find the difficulty of these games satisfying and character-building, I don't enjoy any of it, which puts me squarely on the wrong side of video game history. This issue reared its head again while I was writing a book charting the course of said history, Video Game of the Year, a year-by-year guide to the best, boldest, and most bizarre games from every year since 1977, which is out today. Each chapter dives into the most important game of a single year, and there was no getting around the need to touch on From Software's formula. To illustrate how enduring and adaptable the studio's approach has proven to be, I chose 2019 Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice, a fiendish ninja action game that makes Dark Souls look like a picnic. Sekiro is a brilliantly made game that's rightfully acclaimed. The problem isn't the game. It's me. The story reveals itself to you in cryptic bits, keeping you ignorant and at arm's length. Class and item descriptions withhold so much crucial information about how everything works that it feels like the game maliciously lies to you. The vague ruined world you walk through suggests a rich history you never got to witness. The best help comes from the literal ghosts of other online players who leave clues as to what to do next, or misinformation meant to send you to your doom.
Now this statement is particularly unhinged. He's saying that From Software is maliciously lying to you by withholding crucial information about the game, such as the lore. Have you ever felt that From Software is lying to you? Like, that is complete horseshit. It's like these gaming journalists want every single game to hold their hand across every single step. If you want a game that babies you around, then maybe go play Kirby. That's probably more up your alley. Or maybe he could play one of the empty, generic, open world games that Ubisoft loves to make these days, where he'll have a checklist that doesn't end, and it feels like a chore the entire time. Maybe he'll be more satisfied with that, but let's carry on.
Demon's Souls also loves to kill you. A lot. Enemies hit hard. Defensive options come with limits, like shields that break or a stamina bar that depletes with each dodge roll. Lengthy attack animations mean you must commit to your offense with purpose. As an action RPG, technically you can grind to level up, but to do so you need to hold on to harvested souls. When you die, souls you collected get left behind, and if you die again on the way back to retrieve them, all that progress gets wiped out. Death haunts your every waking moment in Demon's Souls, whether taking on the numerous titanic bosses or just picking a fight with the wrong skeleton in a dingy hallway. Your demise comes for you no matter what. Sekiro's gameplay shifts to match its new settings, with combat centering around your sword, making it less of an RPG and more of a pure action game. You don't whittle away health, you quickly but carefully land strikes to knock enemies off balance. It's a dance where you compete to control the choreography. Break a foe's posture to deliver a decisive strike to kill in one hit. Supplement your attacks with your prosthetic arm loaded with gadgets like shuriken and flamethrowers. As the subtitle implies, you can immediately revive yourself if you've gathered enough energy from fallen opponents. Finally, a From Software game gives you exactly one extra life. None of these changes make Sekiro any easier than other Souls games. In fact, the opposite is true. At least in an RPG, you can raise your stats to increase your chances. If you can't learn to execute Sekiro's lightning-fast, razor-sharp swordplay, you won't keep up. As a finger-shattering shinobi simulator, it recalls classic action game and fellow cruel master Ninja Gaiden. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice shows how From Software can introduce all sorts of fresh ideas into its template while maintaining the spirit that drew fans to it in the first place. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice does right by its legacy. It's a proud member of a long line of important, innovative, influential games of the year. That's undeniable. But if we're being honest, I hate it. I hate these games.
And that's perfectly fine. No one is forcing this gaming journalist to love these games. No one has ever said if you don't like From Software games, you're a scrub. Just how personally, I don't really like fighting games because I'm not good at it. I watch Street Fighter, it looks like a lot of fun, but my reflexes are too slow. I just can't pull off complicated combos, I can't remember the inputs. It's just not for me. That doesn't make it a bad thing. You don't see me putting out a 40-minute video bitching about fighting games. So why does this gaming journalist feel the need to complain and cry in this article when clearly this is not his genre? Just don't review it. It's like if I was a gaming journalist and someone asked me to review the new Madden game, I would decline the offer because I know nothing about it, I don't have any passion for it, and I'm not interested in it. But these gaming journalists have so little integrity that they'll write about literally anything, even when they are the wrong person for the job.
I first played Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice as a demo at a press event, and I walked out after an hour. The event was only halfway over, but I felt relieved to reclaim my time and stop playing something that offered me no joy whatsoever. I respect people who like these games. They somehow turned what should have been a niche cult hit for masochists into one of the most powerful forces in gaming with millions of sales. But Sekiro solidified for me that during the past 10 years From Software has done nothing but make games I can't stand. To me, Sekiro isn't just hard, it's obnoxious. I enjoy plenty of hard games, but I need them to respect my time. In a game like Cuphead, Hotline Miami, or Super Meat Boy, you'll bang your head against a wall for hours to finish one particularly nightmarish level. But the levels are so short you'll either beat them in a few minutes or die and have the chance to try again. You can practice without worrying about losing much progress. In Sekiro, you'll spend an enormous amount of mental energy to defeat a handful of grunt soldiers, and a few slip-ups erase hours of forward momentum. Some see that as ice-cold motivation to try again, a stressful reminder that death has consequences, but I see it as the game giving me the perfect excuse to dip out. I love myself too much to have my time so disrespectfully wasted by a video game of all things. Sekiro isn't a drill sergeant, it's not J.K. Simmons in Whiplash. It's just a hard game I can easily turn off.
In Sekiro, you'll spend an enormous amount of mental energy to defeat a handful of grunt soldiers? What are you talking about? A few slip-ups erase hours of forward momentum? What is this guy smoking? Did he even play it? There's no souls, you'll lose a little bit of experience, but you can earn it back so easily. And the grunts die in 1 or 2 hits. At this point, it's a lot more than a skill issue.
What's worse, though, are the defensive conversations surrounding From Software games and the question of difficulty. Again, people have every right to enjoy punishing games. But difficulty doesn't always equal quality, and wanting an easier experience doesn't reflect poorly on your gaming tastes. A game like Celeste handles it perfectly, encouraging players to try the uncompromised original challenge while letting them tweak whatever assist options they want to ease their journey up the mountain. Despite what some game menus might mockingly suggest, there's no such thing as a baby mode. You might just be a grown-up who can't devote hours of their life to getting good at one video game. The snidest purists find the very idea of a Sekiro easy mode so insulting, they think players who mod the game on PC forfeit their gamer honor. From Software designs their games with intent. The cruelty is the point. But so what? Players have been breaking game designers' intent ever since the late Kazuhisa Hashimoto gifted us 30 extra lives in Contra with the Konami code. Cheating is a vital part of gaming history. Cheat codes make up some of our earliest shared folklore. The only reason they went away is because publishers would rather openly sell you wacky bonuses than lock them behind secret passwords. If you can beat Sekiro blindfolded in under 2 hours, then more power to you. Be as proud as you want about that accomplishment. But let other people play however they like. Shunning easy modes and cheat codes doesn't make you a true gamer, it just makes you a fun policing chump.
Alright, then I guess I'm a fun policing chump. If you think that putting an easy mode in Sekiro that gives you 16 lives, or that makes the enemy reaction so slow, or gives you automatic deflect is going to make you happy, then honestly, you shouldn't even play it. It's not for you. From Software had a vision in mind. They made a game that you can have a sense of accomplishment by beating, but you decided to take that away. Elden Ring is definitely the easiest game that From Software has ever made, and I'm sure that this guy will have an issue with it too. It's not that it's easy because the enemies are weak. It's actually pretty hard if you play it without summoning, but you're giving so many options to summon, to have magic that one-shots Moog. There are so many tools at your disposal. So the fact that someone like this would still complain that Elden Ring is too hard, it's just unbelievable. Anyways, that's it for the video. I think I'm losing brain cells by the minute, so I'm gonna leave you here. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate that, and I'll see you guys on the next one.